Hey guys, welcome to Grand Tactician. Technically this is a new series. Now you might be asking yourself, why would you do that? Well, because we're adopting a little bit different strategy here. If you look at my past series that I've done for this game, the best campaigns that we've had is when we import weapons from different countries. So we're doing that, but also we're changing the composition and how we're doing things. Each division has 5 groups or 5 brigades attached to each division, which means a single army has about 45,000 men with it. Actually, altogether 51,000 men, but 45,000 men in infantry alone. And about, at this point, until we get the artillery reform, and about 90 guns per army. We just had a battle with the Army of Shenandoah, and he has 91 guns at this point in time, and about 4,000 casualties. So I'm gonna build a field hospital there so we can start to recuperate his losses. I also have a fort outside of Winchester. They're waiting for the reinforcements to actually get there. We have 60 troops stationed there. The troops coming to the fort currently are artillery. Now, the siege battles we won't be able to control, but I'm kind of using the forts as kind of a blockade so that we can buy more time for the armies to prepare for the invasion of the north. So that's why that's happening. There we go. We're gonna put a field hospital right there, and we have troops going to the Army of Tennessee too. It's another 50,000 guys, and then we're gonna do the Army of Potomac after that. We have 78,000 men in the Confederate Army right now. It was 80,000, but due to the current battle we just got done with off screen, it's down to 78,000. Northerners are losing heart, and it looks like we're gonna go through it again, unfortunately. No, they just retreated. Okay, that'll buy us time then. That's cool. Alright, see what we got going on here. Okay, just at this point trying to hold the line, guys. We're not gonna be on the offensive for quite some time because we're not even close to having what we need to go on the offensive. We don't have the proper equipment to do it. We don't got nothing like that. And we're getting a 3-year contract, as you can see here. And the reason why we're doing that is because the armies that are going to come out, we're recruiting so much that we need the manpower. I would be working on industry and stuff too, as well as the diplomatic stuff, but we really need the manpower right now, and so that's what we're focusing on. I'm also gonna have ships imported from different countries too, I think, because we need to break up these blockades and stuff as well, but I'm gonna put that on the back burner for right now. We might even have one battle with the obsolete equipment just to take Nashville back, but it depends. I almost want to actually just wait until we get British rifles, because they have some decent rifles we can have imported. We could order stuff from the Austrians at this point in time, but they're really not that great weapons. It would be better than what we have, that's true, but I almost want to wait until we get British rifles. Honestly, I feel like we should get these just so that we have something slightly better than what we had before. The accuracy on these stupid things is very, very poor, but it's gonna be better than mixed muskets. So, for the time being, I think it would just be a wise decision to do it like that so that we can get something better. It's not something I want to use the entire war, obviously, but we definitely need some better equipment. So I'm gonna deal with these slightly better Austrian weapons, even though they're pretty crappy, to be honest. Let me see if I can't find it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I'm gonna make so that I have to purchase these weapons. As you can see, accuracy is mediocre, so it's really not that that bad. It's about equal to the Springfield rifle musket, to be honest. So I'm gonna get some rifles for our infantry brigades and divisions to use. I'm gonna get 50,000 of them, and it's gonna be expensive, but we have a lot of men to outfit with this. So let's go ahead and place that order. It's going to take 88 days to get all those. Man, it is so much quicker to import stuff. I'll tell you what, it really is so much quicker to do that. But it is also more expensive. Holy crap, it really is. So now we just play a waiting game until all these guns come in, and then I'll issue them to the Army of the Shenandoah first, because that was the first army that we actually created to be a decent sized army. And then what I'll do is I'll order them again and give them to the Army of Tennessee. I'm also gonna build up the Army of the Potomac as soon as we get the 3-year contracts here in about 18 days. And my mouse is going crazy. Alright, let's just go back to the Army of Shenandoah. I do want to check on the Army of Tennessee though, because we do have to retake that. So we'll see how much he has. He does not have much at all. He's still waiting on a bunch of troops. And I think I'll finish up the Army of the South Carolina Militia as soon as we do get the 3-year contracts. We now have 2,300 in the hospital from this army. So they are going down, but it's definitely gonna take a while. So now we actually have 100,000 in the army, Confederate Army at this point. So we are getting a decent sized army right now, and there's more to come. Yeah, I think it's because that fort's there, and that's why they're saying, oh, we're not doing this. That's funny. I'm pretty sure that's what it is too. That's hilarious. And we have about 11 days until we get 3-year contracts. So that's fantastic. About 3 months until all those rifles get made. A little less than 3 months, a little over 2, because 3 months is 90 days. Last time I looked, I think it was 88 days till we got all those Austrian rifles in. You're gonna smack a brick wall again, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, see, they keep running because that fort's there. That's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. That's really funny. That's what's going on. Okay, well, we're gonna have to fix that later. I'm gonna have to have them have their way for a little bit, guys, unfortunately, because we just don't have the army to combat them right now. We have to have multiple armies multiple ways, and we can't do that right now. We do have 2, but we can't block them everywhere at this point in time. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to bite the bullet for right now. Like, seriously, it's not something I want to do, but it's something that has to be done. It's really not something that I really want to let go, but for right now we really need to do that, because we're not in fighting condition. Some armies are, but we're not in fighting condition in the sense of we can bring the fight to get them out of here. We're in fighting condition where we can bring the fight when they bring it to us, but if they take some cities around our flanks, there's nothing we can do about it right now. My primary goal right now is just to hold the main line and get the armies ready to go, so that when we actually do move, we can actually do that. So it may look like that I'm just letting them roll through here, but I'm really not. Preparing for invasion or pushback of an invasion takes time, because I do not want them to have obsolete weapons when they go and do this. This army is what concerns me the most, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, the Confederacy is not really in the greatest position right now, but we don't really have a choice. But I promise you guys, we will get our retribution. We will get our revenge. I promise you guys that much. Just get everything prepared though for right now. 3-year contracts. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna get some more industry going down here. Or maybe, yeah, let's go with this. Some more diplomatic money going to the foreign stuff, so we can get the better foreign weapons and all that faster anyway. They gotta have almost all those rifles done, to be honest. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is actually build up the Potomac. Now that we actually have 3-year contracts, we have more manpower to do that. And man, this is gonna suck at first because there's nothing we can do right now to stop this guy. All we can do is build up our armies and trying to get ready for a big fight. That's about all. Take the fight to the Yankees at a future time. That's pretty much it. So again, it may look like I'm just letting them run through, but it's really not something I'm choosing to do. I just know that if I don't prepare correctly, we're gonna have problems. Okay, so let's get these 5 brigades going. Well, yeah, so these 3 divisions we're doing first, and Yule's division, getting him set up. And of course, wow, is that really all we have? Holy crap. We didn't, wow. That's insane. Alright, we gotta take the fight to the Yankees eventually. Otherwise, they're gonna screw us up. So, I think we're gonna go into Maryland just to kinda distract them. Because Joseph Johnston's ready to move. And I need to create a distraction before they get so deep into the Confederacy I can't do nothing about it. But if we're gonna go on offensive with him, we really need to see how many of these weapons we have and just issue what we do have to these brigades. 13,000, not nearly enough. I'm trying to hold my ground at Frederick, Maryland, but it's not gonna be easy. I'll tell you guys that right now. It's definitely not going to be easy. Normally I would use these armies to push the northern armies out, but we just don't have the capability of doing that. I'm gonna go for Nashville because we need to push them out of here. Okay, this is gonna be a hard fight because we don't have a lot of good equipment, but it is what it is. I just know that we can't have this go on for too much longer. So yeah, we're gonna have an assault against the enemy, and it's going to be a bloody one because we don't have the proper equipment to do it. But I don't think we have too much of a choice, to be honest. If I can get their flank, then we'll be good to go. But the key thing is I need to get around the flank here, because if I can't do that, then we're going to lose. This is really not a fair fight. Yeah, we have a lot more men than they do, but if we do not do this correctly, we can still lose badly. Yeah, I think everything's in position here. So slow the game down here, and we'll advance the first couple brigades. But to be honest, I feel like we should advance the artillery first, to tell you the absolute truth. So I think that's what we're going to do, so we can get some artillery fire on these Yankees before we push the infantry forward, because I would like to get them pinned down. That's why I'm saying that we should do that first. I would like to get a lot of these guys pinned down if possible. And right now we're using the pretty crappy 6-pounders, but if we do it just so, we should be okay. Put a 6-pounder right there. Just keep their heads down so the infantry can move in and pin them. Right, so let's get the 1st Infantry Division. Even though it's not going to be much, I'm going to put them on long range firing, but with these crappy mixed muskets, it's not gonna be worth that much, honestly. I'm just trying to get the artillery in position first, because they need to tie the infantry down so I can get in range to use these piece of crap mixed muskets. I mean, they're abysmal. So yeah, I am not too thrilled to use these, and I'm just being honest. Like, these muskets are really crappy. The range on these artillery is so bad. I'm actually afraid to push them any more closer, but my opinion is that we almost have to have effective fire. So unfortunately, I have to do something I don't want to do. I'll just keep them pinned so that I can move the infantry in musket range. And that's really close with these really crappy crappy ones. Because if I can get the infantry in on the flank and the musket range, then we'll have it. But this depends on the cavalry or the artillery. And they're already shooting at us. So this is gonna be not good. But we're doing what we gotta do, right? Like, I really don't like this at all. You can see it just bang. See what I'm saying? These cavalry are gonna get, like, these artillery are gonna get wrecked apart before I even get there. This really is not cool. Not cool at all. And the infantry, the Yankee troops are actually moving at this point. So, yeah, this is not ideal. Alright, let's push their flank with this division. We'll come alongside this way and try and push their flank. The single battle line to maximize firepower. There we go. And it should bring us close enough to fight. Kind of use that as like distraction, because if I can get around them, it's gonna be easier at that point. I'm surprised that they're actually not firing. Well, we're starting to fire now, so that's good. I'm going to issue an army-wide order for the... Well, actually, we probably shouldn't do it like that. We probably should just let them focus on whatever targets they want to focus on. I'm going to push this artillery forward. To be right with this artillery here. We got this division working their way around the entire Yankee flank. So, I think we'll have it as long as the artillery can keep them pinned down. That's what the key is, keeping them from actually engaging us before we get into position. That's why I didn't go with anti-artillery fire, because I want to keep them pinned down until it's too late and I'm all the way around the flank. And it's working too. It's working fantastic. They're gonna have an entire rebel division right on their flank. There we go, now we got more guns in action. But that one battery was pretty good. They kept them down. Yeah, we got to the front, guys. We did it. I mean, we still got a long battle ahead, but we actually did it. That's crazy. We moved the entire division right behind them. That is awesome. We'll start by doing this. We'll push the entire division forward. At this particular range, we should be able to engage them in the flank with some musket fire. And it being a single battle line, it should be some pretty effective fire despite them being in cover. Okay, now we need an extra division. I know we got more divisions up here. So we need one to push from the front, to be honest. Engage. Yeah, this flanking maneuver was smart. Pump it up. We got him. We got him on the run. This is awesome. We're just climbing every flank. Wow. Yeah, we did a successful operation with that flanking maneuver. That was pivotal. Enemies retreating. That is awesome. Wow, we closed them in and just shot them down. We really just closed them in and shot them down. About 1,800 casualties in the whole thing. And it's about to become more because we have 20 seconds, 49 seconds left on the clock until the battle is actually over. And we're gonna assault so we kill as many as we can before the timer runs out. Oh, now we're really letting them have it. Yeah, that was crazy. That was very successful. Well, we got Nashville back, so that's good. Dude, wow. That was pivotal. That was pivotal. Alright, I will see you guys next time. And hopefully next time we will go into another battle and win that one as well. Victory at Nashville, that was awesome. And it was pivotal too. See you guys next time. Don't forget to push that like and subscribe button. And I thank you for you guys supporting the channel. There's 1,267 of you, so all my appreciation goes up to you. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.